Whoa, hey, are you ready for this episode of Steven's Garage 216? I am. Let's get to it. Welcome to Steven's Garage 216. Again, in the driveway. Same clothes maybe from another video. Who knows? Hey, look, today what we got going on is we're going to get back to work on the LT1 engine. And this is where I had left off in one of the other videos. Started getting it back together. And I believe I told you all that I decided to go with the 10 under bearings. I tried... Right here I have a set of standard bearings, and then I bought a set of 10 over bearings. So I bought a set of 10, or well, not a set, but just a 10 and a single of standard. And I went through all 8 rods and rod caps on here and used plastic gauge, and I used measurements. I used some measuring and stuff like that with micrometers and things like that. Sorry, adjusting the... I still got that four-wheeler back there that I got to figure out what to do with. The frame is too rotted on it, so I can't necessarily... I could have at least done something with that, right? The frame's too rotted, can't do anything, so make a comment below. But let's get back on the engine real quick. Went through all the rods and mains and stuff like that. Decided to go 10 under. And you go 10 under when you have the crank cut. You go 10 over when you have it line honed, line bored, all that. Anyways, so I've got all of it back together. Pistons are in, everything's clean. Honed the cylinders out again. Got the oil pump on and the windage tray. And I wanted to go over with you real quick before I get any further into this video. Real easy stuff here. I just want to show you in the book here what it tells you for what on certain torque specs and things like that. So we got torque specifications. Some of this doesn't apply to me, like the rocker arms, because of what the rockers that I'm using. But I figure, like, look here, we got cylinder head bolts. If you have cast, you're going to go to 65. If you have aluminum, your short ones are going to be 60, and the medium and long ones are going to be 65 if you're using aluminum. So cast iron heads, you're going to take them down to 65. Aluminum heads, your short bolts will be 60 foot-pounds, and the medium and long ones will be 65. And that will be 65 if it's a 92 through 95 all. 96, blah blah blah. But I wanted to show you oil pump, which is what I did there. Your oil pump bolt is also 65 foot-pounds. Your rear main bearing cap bolts is 80, and that's actually right where I left off and decided to start the video up again. But I'm going to skip to another section here real quick and show you. There's your bolt pattern for tightening your intake. And then torque specifications. Main bearing cap bolts, 80. Connecting rod cap nuts, 45. Oil pump bolt, 65. Anyways, I gotta go find some nuts for here because when I got the engine from down south in Florida there, I didn't get a windage tray on the motor. Somebody thought it was going to be okay for there to not be one, but not having it actually, I guess, in some way, shape, or form robs you of horsepower. So we got to get the nuts put back on there. I don't know where we're going to get. I'm losing my mind already in this video, as you can see. Let's get to it. Let's have some fun today. It's going to be a long Saturday for me, but a short video in this one. We're just going to get the bottom end finished on this and get the cam and everything in. That might have also been in another video, but it is in right now. But I've got to get the timing, the top gear torqued down properly. All right, boys and girls, people. I figured it out, and so I went through. I pulled the windage tray back off. I retorqued and checked all of the studs on the rods, the mains, everything. I found the thread and pitch size and went and got 3 bolts for my windage tray there. And I got it on, and I wanted to show you that this is how it goes on your engine. In case you didn't have one on yours, maybe it was rebuilt already, but you should have a windage tray on there. It even talks about the windage tray in the book and stuff like that. So the only thing I have left to do right now, and I'm going to try and do all of this. I am not having a good time. There we go. Okay, that's set for loosen, so let's tighten. I am just tightening these, that's it. I'm going to go look in the book real quick, but I'm gonna be pretty damn positive that just making these hand tight like that is gonna be enough to hold that there. But I'm gonna double check. I mean, I did have to make that 80, so there's probably a chance those are like 45 or something silly. So let's take a look here and see what happens. All right, so let's flip this back over and show you what we got going on. Actually, what I mean to say is where we're at. So I went through, I think I've already said this, but I went through and I retorqued everything, all the mains, all the rods, everything is great. Our main caps, the bearings, our oil clearance is a little tight. It says 0.0013 in the book, and by math and by plastic gauge, I'm like 0.0015, 16, 17. It kind of varies, but we're all within that range, right at the very low end. And I actually, number 8 is 0.0013. It's right on the very, very tight side. So, all right. So, oil pump bolt is 65. Hear that? We're at 65. We got 80 on the rear, so it's 65, 70. It is 80, 65. So we got 80 on all our caps. We got 65 on the oil pump bolt. We're all set. That's done. I'm positive we're done with this. Always unloosen your foot-pound torque wrench. Don't ever leave it. Don't ever leave it sitting like that. So we've got these 3 here. This is what, I did it again. That's twice in a row I did that. Need this back out again. Don't make this mistake I keep making. This is the second time I've done this. All right, we're gonna throw our windage tray on. We've got 2 here, 1 here. That's what lines up with these 3. And then you notice the last bolt hole here of the windage tray is with your oil pump bolt. So we're gonna get this back on. I had to go buy some nuts for the windage tray because And I got the motor, as you've seen in the other video, taking it apart. There was no windage tray on there, even though there was supposed to be one. I found this for 10 bucks. Seriously, 10 bucks on eBay. There's a... Hear it? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oops, almost forgot. Take the tension back off before you put it away.
Okay.
Alright, so down in here, if you remember in the other video I showed, so if this was a distributor motor, the bottom of your distributor looks like that. This is distributorless. We have a, well, to me an OptiSpark is still a distributor. It's running off the cam, but it's in the front. This still has to go down in there and hit that rod. I don't know if that's going to pick up down in there.
I don't know.
Down in that hole, there's a rod that that's what turns your oil pump. That's what turns the oil pump. So we're going to set this in there. There it is. So here's the rod. This is a Mallory. It doesn't use the plastic end. It's got a metal end on it. So I just turned that a little bit, and then look. Oh, look up here. It fell right all the way down flat in place. So now we can turn this like so. We got our bolt that goes in here. Holds that into place. Let's see if there's a torque spec for that. That's plastic. It can't be that tight. I'm gonna let it go at that because I feel like if I go any more, that's gonna break that. But I don't think there's a torque spec for that. I'll take a look. I'll be right back. Rod cap nuts. These right here. These are 45. Right there in the book. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, connecting rod cap nuts. 45. Oil pump bolt. 65. So this is 65 right here. Okay, and then your main bearing cap bolts, 80. 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. All the main caps are 80 all the way back. Because right here is your cam, the top gear for your cam. You can see we are dot to dot. We're top dead. Camera, remember, stick a hammer in your flywheel to keep her from turning. These three nuts on your cam, on your top cam gear here, is 216 inch-pounds. Right there. See, I already got that one. Let's see, 216 inch-pounds. Pretty much kind of what I wanted to go over in this video is like what the torque specs are on a lot of these. We're gonna wrap it right now because I'm gonna just go over what we're gonna do with the cylinder heads over here on this table, but I wanna wrap this motor because I don't want stuff flying and getting into all the hard cleaning and hard work that we've done on this so far. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up real quick, and then I'm just gonna give you a briefing of what I'm gonna do with the cylinder heads. That'll be in the next video. I hope that you've enjoyed what information I gave you on this video. Torque specs, bearings, all that stuff. I know it probably seems a little repetitive, but you should be that repetitive when you're doing the bottom end of your motor. And I failed with using gloves. It's hard for me to use gloves because I don't like to, but you should be using gloves and keeping everything as clean as possible. Right before I wrap this and make sure nothing gets in it, I'm just gonna douse it like this with some WD-40. This is not gonna hurt anything in any way. It's not going to mess with your assembly lube. I don't know what assembly lube you like to use, but if you've never done this before, I highly recommend Lucas. This stuff is great. I love it. So we've got that done. And we're back out of here. We are at top dead. I'm going to wrap this for now. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, comment down below about the four-wheeler. You got some ideas what we can do with it? The frame is completely trashed. There's nothing I can do. But I'm thinking, like, you know, throw a 20 shot or something of nitrous on the motor, nail it down onto a golf cart, and let's do some wheelie stands. I don't know, something stupid. But thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Please like, comment, follow, all that stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye. You got other projects to do when you're not working on your block, on your engine. You don't want to get all that stuff ruined. Wrap it up with saran wrap like this. Keep your cylinders and everything protected. Lube her down with some WD-40. Bottom top, cover it in saran wrap. That way when you're doing other weird work like this on your cylinder heads and you're blowing stuff, you're not getting it into the engine. I'm gonna edit this shit out this way. See? Everything's protected, so now I'm doing cylinder head work. My block is all protected. I don't get little pieces of metal flake in there. My cylinders stay clean. Everything's nice and prepped, ready to go.